Yar, mateys! Welcome back to XP Galore. I am your captain. My name is Captain Stigma.
My name is Thrustywood.
Come on, man.
My name is Captain Cummingsworth.
I'm sorry.
guys.
Look, wait. Like, the reason I'm laughing is because as you were doing that, like, you just remind me of like a dad who is like the most excited on the family trip to Florida or something, and so he's just like.
First of all, I don't think we made the minute, but you. I'm in Florida right now, so I'll bleep that out myself. I don't mind it, but just in case, you. And yes, I am a dad. I am not that excited. I was practicing my voice acting, okay? And obviously, it's not that great. So
You still need work.
I do.
We enjoy you, Rafael. We promise.
Hey! I'm trying to switch it up here, okay? Okay. And I thought I did okay.
You did great, buddy. You did great.
4 out of 10.
4 out of 10. You guys went straight at it. You're like, just this. I'm just. I am Thrustywood and Cummingsworth.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to work these bleeps out so much in the first. Like, we just now hit 90 seconds.
It's okay. No worries. We can bleep it.
Welcome, watchers and listeners, to our newest episode of XP Galore. It is, thank you, Daily. It is July 25th at the time of recording this, and we are continuing on with A Pirate's Life. Hopefully, one of these days, we're going to get to the end of this, and Jack Sparrow can live a nice, luxurious life in a Jack Sparrow mansion paid for by Disney.
Yep.
We're actually on the 4th out of 5th.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's pretty long, man. So we'll get there. We got this. We're the best pirates ever, right? Right?
Yes.
Guys? Okay. You scared me there for a second. I thought you abandoned me. I'm like, oh crap. Cricket. Oh, what's up, everyone? How you been? Marcus? How you been, Daily? What's going on? Talk to me, guys.
Daily, talk to us. How are you been?
Well, I am falling apart. No, I'm kidding.
You say that every time.
Yep.
I am addicted to a new video game. Fucking finally. Again, you're gonna have to bleep that out. I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna give up halfway. I'm just gonna I'm gonna leave it.
No, I'm just excited, man. I've been playing this new game, Splitgate. It's been in beta since 2019. There's an anti-cheat. It's all skill-based matchmaking. All the guns are pre-made. You can't try to have a higher powered weapon. It's Halo meets Portals. It's a pretty cool game. Over the past month, 600,000 people have downloaded or made new accounts for Splitgate, and it's just been fun. I played it for 5 hours on Friday and realized, oh, I need to go to bed.
Ooh.
Yeah.
When is it coming out? When is it coming out again?
So it's still in beta for the next 2 days. It fully comes out July 27th on all console platforms. It's cross-platform, so it's really cool. There's a battle pass, but the battle pass is strictly skins only, which is what I've been saying about Call of Duty needs to do for 500 years. Yeah, I love it. I could go into way detail, but I won't. It's just a lot of fun. It's making me have fun again. It gives me that old Halo vibes again.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
See, you were just talking about that, and look.
I know. I literally
The
found
gaming
it,
gods heard you. That's what it was.
They said, all right, fine.
Sweet. What about you, Marcus? What's up? What's going on?
I have been playing a lot of fun stuff. I did finish Sekiro earlier this week.
That easy game?
Oh yeah, totally easy. It's like the easiest Mario I've ever played.
Yeah, it was in easy mode.
Lies. I love Sekiro though. Like, Soulsborne games aren't my thing, but Sekiro is definitely my thing, and it will be probably an annual title that I play because
nice. What makes it different from the others?
I enjoy the setting more than I do Soulsborne games. All the Dark Souls are like that medieval knights and dragons kind of setting, and then
True.
And then Bloodborne is a little bit more I don't like industrial revolution kind of setting, almost steampunk, but
yeah,
I'm not really a fan of either of those. But feudal Japan is really cool to me, and so Sekiro is great for that. I love the combat system. It's in other Soulsborne games, there's a lot of rolling around that depending on, but in Sekiro it's all about blocking attacks and breaking blocks that the enemies do, and it feels very cool.
That's cool.
So, but
That's
beyond
cool.
that, on the lines of what Daly was talking about earlier, I too have been playing a beta of something. I decided to pre-order the MMO RPG that's coming out of Amazon Game Studios, known as New World, just so that I could have access to the closed beta. There's two ways you could have gotten it, either by pre-ordering it or by signing up to receive a beta key. And because the beta had already been out, I figured I had a better chance if I just went with the guaranteed route. And it's not even a $60 game, so I justified paying $40 to test the game out. And then if I like it, then I'll just let the pre-order ride, and then I'll pick it up at the end of August. It comes out August 30th. But my very quick impressions of it, I have never really done a huge MMORPG before. Again, though this isn't like the setting that I would naturally play a video game in and enjoy in the past, it is kind of one of those like almost colonial sort of settings.
Yeah.
It feels really good. It feels like there's a lot that I can do in it. There's a lot of like different avenues of XP to earn by not only doing your quests, but also doing tasks such as, like blacksmithing and wood cutting and that kind of thing too. So I would imagine it's kind of like an Elder Scrolls a little bit, but with a whole different story and a little bit more of the MMO style. And of course, I've never played Elder Scrolls Online, so I could be horribly off base here for that. But yeah, I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. I think I will dive into it very carefully, because I feel like a game like that could eat up my sleep schedule. And as I have not discovered how to avoid sleeping for the rest of my life, I do need rest. So. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to and playing. What about you, bud?
All right, I've been playing, which is funny. I did mention it on the last episode. I missed out on a few games, and I had some recommendations, and I decided to go back and play some Saints Row 4 Re-Elected with all the DLCs. And oh my god, I beat it from beginning till end. I did not 100% it, but I say I did 96%. There's a lot of little trinkets and stuff like collectibles, but it's not 100% necessary. But oh my god, the voice acting in that game, the storytelling in that game is over the top. I love it. If you have not experienced this, Saints Row started as a Grand Theft Auto kind of like a copy. And then they decided, you know what, man, we can't compete with Grand Theft. Let's just do our own thing. The storyline is wacky as hell, like beyond belief. It mocks every single video game genre out there. It makes fun of Mass Effect, which made me laugh crying, because there's a romance option in the ship. Without giving too much, you can go to your crew and you can romance them. And I went up to one character and I said, oh, let me romance one. And then the cutscene was like, he just went up to the character and it's like, hey, you want to fuck? Okay. That was the romance.
I don't know how I feel about you being able to laugh about a play on Mass Effect when you haven't finished Mass Effect yet.
I've been trying. It's very different, okay? Listen, I'm trying to be patient, but don't worry. That's my next game on the list. I just needed something to laugh first before I go serious. With all the stuff that's going on in my life, I needed an upper, not a super straightforward serious game, if you understand. So, Mass Effect is on my list to play. I promise, guys. I made a promise, unfortunately, and I'm gonna have to keep it. I did not say how long it will take me to beat it, but I'll be playing Mass Effect soon. Oh, and to add to that story, though, I did have something wonderful happen. My cousin that's stationed in Japan right now, her husband is stationed in Japan, military. They gave me a call, and they were trying to find that limited edition Zelda Joy-Con that came out on the Nintendo Switch for Skyward Sword. And I obviously missed out on that, and she was trying to see if I can help her find it here while she was trying to look for it over there. Well, great news. She found it over there, and she bought two, and she's sending me Joy-Cons, limited edition Zeldas. So super happy about that.
That's awesome.
And nobody cares. Oh, you care? Okay, cool.
Yeah, we were letting you finish. We were being respectful.
Yeah.
Talking.
Thank you, guys. You're sweet.
Well, that's awesome. That's very cool. So I'm glad to hear that we're all each diving into fun games. Like, I think I would envision the future of our show and time together to be us reporting live-ish to our viewers and listeners about these cool things that are coming out. I know I'm trying to take strides to like sign up for things, like to be able to try new things that I haven't in the past tried to do. So yeah, I think that would be really cool for us to get involved with in the future.
Sweet.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well,
We can't
guys,
play everything. We can't play everything, but we're trying.
That is true. And God knows I try to play everything. Like, I have way too much on my plate, and instead of cutting it down like a responsible adult, I just don't sleep as much, I guess.
Yep.
So we will get into tonight's topic here momentarily. We just have a couple of news tidbits we would like to talk to you about. Unfortunately, just like last week, we have to start our news segment on a little bit of a heavier note. But it was announced earlier this week, in case you weren't caught up on the news, that the state of California is suing Activision Blizzard for what they term frat boy culture and a very toxic and unequal workplace environment. I don't want to go into the full list of descriptions and everything. You can find that information in the lawsuit wording itself, but essentially it comes out after a 2-year investigation from the California Department of Fair Pay and Housing that Activision Blizzard fostered a culture of toxic masculinity and inequality within the workplace. Certain examples included something that they did called, I believe, cubicle crawls, where the male employees would get drunk and then crawl around in the cubicles of their office space. It's mostly the cubicle spaces that female employees were in.
Nah.
Yeah, there was a lot of instances of in unequal pay, people being passed over for promotions, instances where male employees would get drunk and pass off their work responsibilities to female employees instead.
Dude.
And unfortunately, one of the most egregious offenses was all of this was coming out, that this stuff has been going on for a long time. Which unfortunately
they've been doing 2 years, right? They've been investigating for 2 years.
Yeah, but even before, like, it's been going on longer than that. And it's coming out that things are being swept under the rug, including, and this is really disturbing, but including the suicide of a female employee after she came forward with some stuff and it was just not taken seriously, and she was getting harassed.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude, that's terrible.
It is.
And extremely terrible.
It is. It's very terrible. Of course, we're getting all the PR notices from Activision Blizzard saying one statement said that they wish that the Department of Fair Pay and Housing had come forward and told them what they were about to come out with, and that some of the statements may be incorrect or may have already been handled, and they just didn't have up-to-date information, which I don't honestly believe. And the other thing too is, Activision Blizzard's CEO has come forward and said he's appalled by finding out all these things, and he wants to talk to people about it in the company and figure out what's going on, which is just kind of laughable to me.
I don't know, man. That doesn't sound like something that is just like dismissible. Like, oh, I didn't notice. There's dudes drunk crawling around. There's drunk guys crawling around cubicles. That sounds like a horror movie. Like, you walk in and you just see a frat party going on, and it's like you're supposed to be working, and you guys are drunk at your job. Man, dude, that is insane. Yeah. Well, karma's a bitch, and let's see what happens, man. And hopefully everything gets resolved fairly.
And there were so many people that when this news came out that had the same reaction of they weren't even shocked that this was announced, because this has unfortunately been a thing that's been happening in the gaming industry. So many instances in different companies of just this kind of toxic behavior and inequality and just bigoted hate and racism and sexism, trans and homophobia. Yeah,
that's gotta end.
It does, and even though we as just a very small podcast aren't tied into big companies like this, like I think it's important for us to understand that, you know, every one of us has to do our part to make sure that we set the standard going forward for what equal treatment should be, and to help lift others up of all different gender identities, sexual identities, ethnicities, and to make sure that we speak up when we see things like that happen in our own lives too.
Yeah, wow, that's intense, man.
I did see something too that so one of Activision Blizzard's largest games, as I'm sure you guys know, is World of Warcraft. WoW. So I know a lot of players banded together in WoW and did a sit-in where they just sat in the game, like literally sat their avatar in the game down and didn't do anything, didn't spend a dime of in-game currency, didn't do a mission, didn't fight an enemy. It was just an act of protest against Activision Blizzard for
that is going on. I'm sorry, but that is the coolest thing ever. That's very powerful for me.
Yeah, it's cool to see, you know, players understand that, you know, it's time to speak out. And I talked about this a little bit on my stream too, and I have a hard time like with blanket statements of like saying that an entire company or something is bad. I'm of the belief that like there's just a lot of really bad people in Activision Blizzard that let this go on by either not saying anything or actively fostering this kind of behavior. I know there's probably people that work in Activision Blizzard who had nothing to do with this or are victims of this. And so our hearts go out to them, and we hope that things can become much, much better in that workplace. Or, you know, we don't want to see anybody, you know, lose their job, but if what it takes is a whole company having to kind of come down crashing and get started from the beginning, maybe that's what has to happen. I don't know. We don't have the answers here.
We don't have the answers, but yeah, it's going to get resolved. You know, it has to get resolved. It has to, because all those creative minds, it shouldn't matter who you are, what you are. You know, it's a joint effort. We're making video games for the world, and we're trying to make a fantasy world to escape from the real world. And for that to corrupt the development of it, it's kind of sad. It should stop. It should end, man. Come on. Let's move forward.
Yeah. So, anyways, if anything new comes up of that, we will try to keep you guys up to date as far as any news and that kind of thing. But going to like a much lighter topic, can I
say it?
Yeah, you could talk about it. It's just like so. Had a really cool announcement out of EA Play this week. Rafa, what was it?
All right, Dead Space. That's not really light. It's still dark. It's a gory game. I feel depressed now. No, but it's an awesome game, guys. It's a beautiful game. Dead Space, if you have not played it, it's still on Steam. You can find it on every console. Man, they even made a Wii version. It was a rail shooter. I don't know if you guys ever played that one, but dude, Dead Space, that franchise, awesome. That was like the new Resident Evil for me. They kind of drifted off the path, but they're remastering or remaking the original part 1, which to me is a masterpiece. That game was horrifying. Graphics were amazing. The sound quality, the music, the voice acting, everything was so immersive of that game. And now they're bringing it with current gen graphics, guys, and they're gonna revamp.
It's beautiful.
Oh, they're gonna revamp the gameplay as well. So they're doing similar things like Capcom did with Resident Evil 2 remake. They're just listening to the fans. They're having fans play the game. They're letting them know, hey, you're drifting off too much of the path of what made this game great. So they're listening to us. So this is amazing. I am super excited. I saw that trailer and I got goosebumps, guys. So please, if you have not played this game, if you have not seen this, check it out now. Play the original and then jump when this new one comes out. I'm telling you, you're still not going to be disappointed. It still holds up till this day.
Absolutely. I plan on playing it sometime this week. I haven't touched it in years, and I've never played it on PC before, so I'm excited to check out the Steam version.
Ooh, dude, yeah, they had a sale, and I bought the trilogy. So I was playing part 1. I was like, wow, the quality of the ambiance, the music, the sound of the metal cladding of doors opening and shutting, everything sounds creepy. Nothing's gonna happen, but everything. It sounds like something can happen at any moment. So it's very well made, and please, for the love of God, I hope they do not take away what made it its thing. What made it special. So, but it looks promising. Current gen graphics, dude. Oh, you got to check it out, man. Please support this game so that they can remake the sequel and fix part 3.
Daily, did you play Dead Space?
I did not.
Oh man. Do you play horror games? You play zombies?
Yeah.
Okay, dude. This game, man. This game is in the future. It's pretty much, it has this alien vibe to it. And if you ever seen this movie, Event Horizon, if you have not seen that movie, please check it out too. It was like a little inspiration to the atmosphere of the game. You have to kill these aliens that just pretty much consume the body of a human, and they turn into these things, kind of like the movie The Thing. They're just like weird zombie-like creatures, alien creatures, and the only way to kill them is to blow off their limbs. So you gotta blow off their legs, their arms, decapitate their heads, and that's the only way they stop. So, dude, check it out. After this podcast we're doing in here, this playthrough, you have to check out this game, Daily.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I mean, I don't really know what to expect with this remake, but I mean, I think even the current versions that have been out for years still hold up. And if I'm not mistaken, at least on Xbox, Dead Space should be in your Game Pass catalog.
Dude, that may be true. That may be true, actually. No, wait. You are right. Marcus, you're right. Because I downloaded them for my Xbox One when EA did that first thing when they were giving all their games for free. Most of the games for free. And it was in the list. Yeah. So you have no excuse, Daily.
You have no excuse, Daily.
Okay.
And then I have to play Mass Effect.
But Daily, you have to play them in the dark.
That's fair.
Definitely playing it. Yes.
I could do that.
Oh man, I please play at least an hour or two and report back in our next
report back.
please.
I have a friend that's playing it his first time through. He's actually in another podcast where they review like all things horror, and their season is aliens, and so they're finally getting around to playing Dead Space, and it's his first time, so I'm real excited to hear what his thoughts are.
Something about people playing a horror game, I love that. And then I want to ask hey, what do you think? And I love seeing when they describe the scenes that scared them, and I'm like, me too, It's exciting, man. You got to check it out. The horror game genre is one of my favorite genres in video games because it takes a lot of effort to get you scared. I don't like the pop-up ones. I like more of psychological. They do have pop-ups, like scares, but if you do it right, it's fun.
Absolutely. Well, cool. I'm excited. Yeah, well, that's all the news we have for you this week. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to contribute to that part. However, Rafael has a topic he wants to contribute for this evening. Rafael, what is it?
Oh, I tried in the beginning. It's voice acting, guys. Voice acting. Voice acting to me is crucial to storytelling. One of my favorite genres that started it for me was Metal Gear Solid for the PS1. I was so baffled the fact that they were able to add all these voice actors to the game with these pixelated characters at the time I thought was like the best graphics of all time, and bring those characters to life, and it could be good and it could be bad. Example, Resident Evil 1, the worst voice acting that I can recall. It's just so bad, but the gameplay was so much fun that I forgave it. But if it's not done right, man, it really affects the flow of the whole entire feel of the game. The last but not least, the one game that I want to mention that I was very impressed, and if you have not tried it, check it out, is the BioShock franchise. BioShock 1 and 2 and Infinite. Amazing voice acting, storytelling, and it drives the game forward. So voice acting is the topic of the night. And the topic and the question that I have for you guys, who is your favorite voice actor and why? And I'll start with you, Marcus, since you already have some lined up, and I'd like to hear about it.
Yeah, so before I talk about my person, I was thinking about this, and I think I kind of noticed this pattern or this sort of trend that happened in video games and voice acting. Like, it used to be, like, first of all, voice acting in games didn't really even happen until, like, the Sega Saturn PlayStation 1 generation.
Sega
right?
Saturn was terrible. Yeah, but I hear you. It's so terrible.
Yeah,
Oh god.
yeah. So, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, guys. But like that's when I first started noticing voice acting to be a thing. And so I think that like at first it was a bunch of people who just did voice acting for like all kinds of things. Like if you were a voice actor for a video game, you weren't just a voice actor for a video game. You were a voice actor for no matter what. And that's just good business sense, I think. Just keeping your options open to all sorts of projects. And then you started noticing this trend, and I don't know what generation this would have happened in, but like every now and then there'd be like a celebrity voice actor, right? Like just somebody that they would hire that you know from a TV show or a movie, and they'd be like, such and such game is coming, including this famous person.
It never goes well. Never goes well though.
Yeah.
I do remember like Call of Duty has that a lot. Where they Call of Duty though a lot of times they include the visual or the physical
Yes,
the likeness.
that's the word.
They put
Thank
the
you.
cinematic. They give them the cinematic look.
I do remember what was it? It was it wasn't Infinite Warfare. It was the one before that one that had Kevin Spacey in it.
Yeah, I remember that one. I don't know the name of which it was, but I remember that. That was before the whole
Advanced
fiasco.
Warfare. It was Advanced Warfare. There was Advanced Warfare, and then there was Infinite Warfare. That's what it was. And Infinite had Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. I forget. Kit Harington. Kit Harington.
Did.
Yeah.
They did? Oh wow.
Yeah, he was in that one. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, that's true. So, anyways, so then you start seeing this trend of the celebrity voice actors getting in there. But now I think we're getting to a point where the quality of games are getting so good that voice actors are sort of owning their own space in the gaming industry. Yep. And they're becoming almost just as prevalent as actors in film and TV, I think, in my opinion.
Thank you.
Now, I would say people who aren't tapped into the gaming industry probably won't recognize the names, but then I guess the same could be said for people who aren't tapped into the film and TV industry, right? Like, if you said half of these actors and actresses' names, some people would not know who they are. So, but I think that, like, and I'm sure, like, with examples that we give here momentarily, like, some of these names are going to be extremely prevalent for what they are recognized for. But yeah, I think that we're getting to the point, just like games are getting better cinematically and graphics wise and the technology that goes into them, I think even the quality of voice acting that's going into these and the acting itself are getting extremely well. And I think it's that way by design. Like, people are realizing if they want to deliver these really great single player experiences to the player, they can't not be like firing on all cylinders, right? It's got to be, and it can't just look pretty.
Yep.
I was gonna say, yes, that's what they fail to realize, is that if they're not in tune with the character, then the game's gonna the campaign's gonna flop tremendously. And we've seen it time and time again in video games that if you don't have a character that's actually developed or invested into the game, it's not gonna work.
I think this might be a little bit of an unpopular opinion, but that was one of my biggest grievances with the PlayStation, and I guess it's on PC now, titled Days Gone from Ben Studio. The gameplay was fairly solid. I mean, I played it during the really buggy phase when it first came out, but the gameplay was fairly solid, but I could not connect with anybody in that game, and I felt like it was a little too overacted for me. Like, it was just like, I need you to maybe dial that anger back a bit. And
but
like,
exactly. Listen to what you're saying. You're just proving my point that the voice acting, it's not believable. You didn't like the character, you didn't like the voice acting, and maybe it's the writing or maybe it's the overacting. But it really kills the vibe of the game as well, right?
Yeah, and again, I think that's my personal preference because like I've heard other people who said they loved the acting in it. So, you know, to each their own, totally fine. I just didn't really connect with it that much, but yeah, so with that being said, I would say one of the most prolific and amazing voice actors slash actresses I've ever come across is Jennifer Hale. She is mostly known, I would say, for her voicing of female Commander Shepard in the Mass Effect trilogy.
Okay.
Those of us who are Metal Gear fans, she was the voice of Naomi Hunter, who is a prominent side character in at least Metal Gear 1 and 4.
Yeah.
She's done a lot of voice acting with like animated shows and stuff. I think the most recent game I've played that she has a part in is she played one of the main characters in this newest Ratchet and Clank that just came out.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Oh, really? I didn't notice that.
Yeah, the character known as Rivet. That's not a spoiler. Like Rivet's been announced as like being in
Oh,
this game.
you spoiled it for me.
Yeah, she is the voice actress for Rivet. But yeah, I find Jennifer Hale to be extremely talented in what she can do. She's been around for a very long time. She's continuing to put in work. I like to see people who love their craft so much that they won't let anything stop them from taking on a role unless it's like something maybe they don't even personally believe in, like a strong feeling towards that. But I've seen Jennifer Hale voice a number of different roles, and she brings the same energy to every single one, and I think it's really cool.
Awesome. That's a great one. That's a great one. What about you, Daly? Do you recall any voice acting, or is there any game that just stood out to you because of the voice acting?
No, there's a ton. I mean, Marcus mentioned Mass Effect. I played Skyrim. There was a lot of really cool voice acting involved in Skyrim. But the most common one I know is Barry Sloan, who is Captain Price from all the not all, but majority of the Call of Duties. Most recently, he was in the new one, Cold War. I knew his voice right away when he started talking.
What's his that kind of voice? Can you mimic it?
Not even gonna try.
Tell me what he says.
Not even gonna try. One of his most favorite ones is he says Bravo 6 going dark. It's really cool.
You don't get goosebumps when you hear it though? Like, you know what I mean? Like you get excited?
Nah, it's in one scene. He's like in the middle of the woods and he's smoking a cigarette and he like flicks it out and he puts his goggles on and he goes Bravo 6 going dark. It was like the trailer to the Call of Duty at the time that was coming out, and I thought that was really cool. But again, the voice matched the cinematic of the trailer, and that's why I thought it was really cool. I think it's been fun. I think he needs to move on. He also was the voice for Billy Murray for Modern Warfare, and then 1, 2, and 3. So he was that, and then they switched him over and called him John Price. So yeah. Sorry, Bill Murray was also the guy that did Captain Price. They both have similar voices. Sorry, correction.
Bill Murray was in Ghostbusters too, right?
Yeah, but this is a different Bill Murray.
I didn't want to say it. I was like, am I thinking the same?
Yeah. Captain Price was he was voice recorded by 2 people, but you can't really tell. It's very, very hard to tell unless you like follow the voice actors for each character of Call of Duty. But yeah, it was 2 different people at one point.
That's cool. Well, it happens. Characters, voice actors change. It's not always the same individual person. They evolve. They decide to switch out, make them a little older. That's what happened to Metal Gear Solid. When they changed David Hayter, he was the voice of Snake throughout the whole entire franchise. And then when that last one came out, Metal Gear Solid 5, Marcus, who's the voice actor that they picked?
Kiefer Sutherland.
And he's a great actor. And I like him. But he barely said any lines in that game. Any lines.
There's a really in-depth explanation for why that happened. Like Hideo Kojima
I get it too.
Yeah, he has a very long explanation for why that is. Not only why he doesn't say that much, but also why he changed the voice actors. But I like that you brought that up too, because it does remind me very quick of the story I heard. So, Metal Gear Solid came out PlayStation 1, and then I believe it was Silicon Knights that came through with the remake for that, the Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes remake that was just on GameCube. Okay. So, fun little anecdote about that. David Hayter took a pay cut, huge pay cut in that remake, just so that they could afford to hire back the original voice cast.
I remember that. That's just respect to the art.
And so, like, the original Metal Gear Solid, there's something that was tied into that with, like, voice actor unions. And a lot of the people that voice acted in the original one, they couldn't legally take the job because of union restrictions. And so if you ever look at the cast, the voice actor cast of Metal Gear Solid and Metal Gear Solid the Twin Snakes, it's technically all the same people, but in the older version, their names are different. They had to change their names so that they didn't legally show up on a list of something that they weren't supposed to be a part of.
Huh. Wow, that's confusing. Yeah, they did that a lot back in the day. I remember they used to use like pen names or fake names, and like you see the credits at the end. I was like, who's that guy? But then it turned out to be another person. It's like, oh no, that's just their fake name, I guess, for the moment.
So who is your favorite voice actor, Ross?
Mine is Nolan North. This man can change his voice a ridiculous amount of times. He's in almost every video game known to man. If you think he's not, just look in. He's probably voiced like character 1 or character 2. He does voice acting for movies as well. He is Deadpool for the video game and animated series of Deadpool. Anytime you see an animated Deadpool, he's Deadpool. And funny story, he was also in Saints Row. You can pick multiple voices, male, female, and then there's the last option. It literally just says Nolan North. So I picked Nolan North because he's Nolan North, and he's Uncharted. He's Nathan Drake from Uncharted. Very charismatic person. He's just a lovable guy. I went to a MegaCon when I got to see Troy Baker and Nolan North, and they were in a booth and they were like playing a game, changing their voices, and Nolan North did Mickey Mouse, was incredible. He did Christopher Walken, which shocked me. I did not know he could like do the voice so well. That's what inspired me, and that's what I find fascinating, how these voice actors are able to transform themselves and immerse themselves into these characters, these fictional characters, and bring them to life. And to me, that is pretty much like real acting. That's real acting to me. That's as crucial to me as if you pick the wrong actor to play Batman. I'll be upset. You know what I mean? Yeah. Where is it? Spider-Man! But if you get that wrong, it's a big deal. But when you get it right, oh my God, you get it right. Troy Baker, another guy. This man is phenomenal. He's in everything too. This man is in everything. But his voice is a unknown voice. He was actually in BioShock Infinite. You play Booker.
He's Booker DeWitt?
Yeah. So, dude, you listen to that voice, and he changed it slightly. He's in The Last of Us. He's Joel from The Last of Us.
Nolan North is in The Last of Us Part 1, too.
Yeah, exactly. Nolan North. And I didn't even know it was Nolan North until I beat the game, and I seen it, and I was like, oh my God, this man can change his voice. It's just it's super exciting when you hear those iconic voices, even if you cannot understand, like, find out that it's them, and then when you find out after the fact, it's amazing. Like, you're like, wow, this man is talented. Like the Terrence C. Carson guy, he was Kratos from God of War, the original trilogy, for the longest time, and they changed him for the PS4 version. Christopher Judge, that's the guy from Stargate from the series. He became old Kratos. He became the scruffy Kratos that we now know and love, the father figure. So
really,
yes, it's a different guy. But if you hear the voice, they wanted a raspy, deep voice because he was serious. The previous voice actor, Terrence, he was more of a yelling, angry. He played the role correct with Kratos. He was like just angry, wanted revenge. But this older Kratos, he just learned from his mistakes, so he has that monotone voice, like scary, deep voice. But when you hear him get angry, it kind of reminds me of the classic Kratos. This is what I'm talking about. It's the voice acting that, if it's done correctly, it gives me goosebumps. It really does. I'm super excited that video games are getting to the category as amazing as actual films, actual movies. They're getting the same actress to play a character in the HBO Last of Us. Remember that, Marcus?
Yeah, so it's
I forgot her name. I think
the
her name
actress
is
that played Marlene. The actress that played
Marlene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think her name is Marley Dandridge or something. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm probably butchering it, guys. I'm sorry. But they picked the same actress to play the same character for the live action of Last of Us, the retelling of it. So it's cinema. This may be the future.
That actress's name is Merle Dandridge. You were very close.
I was close. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very terrible voice actor, or just I can't do it. So, but that's what brings me to this fun game, guys. Can you make a voice of any character that you can think of? Just try to mimic a voice and say something playing as that character.
It's just so broad that it's so hard for me to like think.
You
Bravo
can't.
6 going dark.
Oh, hey, there you go.
There you go. Come on, Daly did it. He did one.
That's all I got.
That's all he got.
Actually, you know what? So me and my friends love to pretend like we're in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Okay.
Have you played that at all?
Yes, Red Dead Redemption. Yes, I have part 2.
You played part 2. Okay, so
Yeah, I have part 1 and part 2, but yeah,
so
part 2 is the last one I played.
yeah. So in there, you've got the character you play as, Arthur Morgan, and then you've got the leader of the band that he's a part of, Dutch Vander.
Don't tell me you can do the voices. Please tell me you can do the voice.
I can't do them, but we love. I mean, I'll give it my best shot, but we love to like.
It's the classic
randomly. So every time we would just randomly start it, I'd jump into an Arthur Morgan, be like, "Damn it, Dutch! What are you doing? We out here
good.
trying to get to Tahiti." And then they're like, Arthur, I've got a plan.
That's good. See, my thing will be, my funny thing was, in every Metal Gear Solid, David Hayter is always saying Metal Gear, and I just like how he says it. He says Metal Gear, like, Metal Gear.
It can't be
like
Otacon.
It's always Otacon. You know, like it's always the same voices, like it's the same story arc, and every Metal Gear you hear Snake say it. So when he says it, I'm like, there it is, Metal Gear.
It's like he should be well aware that he's dealing with Metal Gear now, but every time someone brings up a new Metal Gear, he gets really shocked that it exists. He's like, Metal Gear.
Yeah, that's why I laugh. I'm like, there you go. That's very anime.
The Lolly Lule Low. That's something I've noticed in like, especially in like Japanese games. I've noticed that they love. I noticed this in Death Stranding. So maybe it's just Kojima games that you see this prevalently.
It could be. It could be the writing.
But it's like the protagonist always repeats the explanation, like they don't believe what they just heard. So it'd be like, hey, so Snake, there's like this new Metal Gear. Metal Gear. Yeah, it's got stealth rockets. Stealth rockets. Like just, would you?
That's
Snake,
great.
Snake, would you stop repeating what I'm saying? Because we're not getting anywhere. We're out of time. Okay, Snake. All right.
It is. I think it's like an anime too. I think it's just like it's trying to explain it to the players too. It's like the BTs, you know, from Last Stranding. Yeah, when you mentioned when they talk about the BTs, he's like BTs. Like he repeats it again. I'm like
BTs.
Beach things.
Yeah.
You mean beach things?
Yeah.
Oh god, it's just
divide. What? I'm Norman Reedus. I'm probably drunk playing this role, but I don't know.
What is going on?
So you get it. See, you get it. Like this new Tomb Raider. My god, you know, I love the new trilogy. The so-called fresh reboot. It's great. it's great and it's believable. It went from just a simple like a clue, you know what I mean, like boom, like a simple like voice acting to like she is sweating bullets and she sounds like she's in there, like she's in the game, like she's screaming and she's like frightened, and then when she attacks, it's amazing. If you played part 3, was it
Shadow of the Tomb Raider? Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that part when she comes out of the freaking the lake, the river,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like the music's like Terminator, dude. It's like Terminator / Rambo, and just this beat, and then she looks so badass screaming, and it's the voice actress having to play that role and scream that immerses me into the game. I'm like, okay, I'm into this. So that's what I wanted to talk about, guys. Please share your favorite voice actors. We shared ours. There's plenty more, obviously. There's so many talented people out there. I wish I could be them. I wish I can change my voice like them, but my voice is so mellow, normal. I can play a normal character if you guys want to hire me. I could be a guy that gets run over by a car, you know? I think I can scream like, ah! There you go. Bam!
Everybody has to start somewhere.
We got to start somewhere, and hey, I can be that main character. Let me be Link's voice. That's never gonna happen.
Oh, you mean the guy that doesn't talk?
The guy that doesn't talk. I can, you know, I got that down, guys. Come on now.
So, anyways,
but like Ross said, yes, please let us know who your favorite voice actor actress is, or if you maybe don't know a specific person, like tell us some of your favorite games that have had some really incredible voice acting. We'd love to discuss it with you.
Yeah, research it. Look at that person's history. You'll be impressed. You'll be surprised that they were in different games or they've been in shows and TVs and movies. You never know. It's amazing. When you deep dive, you'll be surprised. That's what I wanted to share tonight, guys. And thank you for watching XP Galore. You know, and I wish you can continue coming back and hearing us rant about this random stuff. If you have any ideas, any comments, any suggestions, please let us know. And Daily, where can they find us?
you can follow us on Twitter at XP Galore, Instagram XP Galore,
There it is.
TikTok XP Galore, Buzzsprout for all your audio needs.
See, that's Cummingsworth's voice. That's Cummingsworth's voice. See that? That's voice acting.
Daly's
there, baby.
legit auditioning right now.
He is. He is. All right, Marcus, you gotta be a pirate, Marcus. You gotta be a pirate voice.
Why do I have to be a pirate?
Because we did voices. I was Link. I said yeah, and he was coming.
I just did an Oscar-worthy performance of Arthur Morgan and Dutch for you.
That is true. That is true. I'll give you that. Do it again.
I want to be the real boy.
Damn it, Ralph! I gotta go off and do this little gang thing. Why are you making me do stuff?
Oh God. Okay. Keep your Marcus voice.
Wow.
I'm kidding. That was great, guys. Thank you so much for playing along. I appreciate it. I know this is a little embarrassing for us, but I think it's fun. We're out of our comfort zone, and we explored new boundaries, new things. This is all about, XP Galore, guys. Explore everything, right?
Yeah.
So thanks again, guys. Be safe. Take care, and see you next time.
Catch you on the flippity
Bye.
flip.